Hey everybody, how's it going? Sorry for the slight delay. I underestimated how fast I'd be able to get on here. But here I am, ready to go. If I'm not mistaken, somebody in chat mentioned that this is my 100th video. On mine, I think it said something like 102, but I think I have a couple unlisted ones or something, so I wasn't quite sure on that. But if this is the 100th video, then that's amazing, because this is also the 10K/11K subscriber special. I still can't believe that. Thank you guys so much. So excited to be to be able to share all this stuff. It's awesome. All right, so let's just go ahead and get started. I need to make sure the chat is up. All right. Oh, is there someone from Brazil here? That's awesome. I went to Brazil for a couple years. Great place. I cook the food all the time, actually, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so all right, so it looks like this is working. Let me know how the volume is and everything, because last time the volume was really bad. I did a couple tests beforehand, but who knows how good it's going to be. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started on this. I don't really have anything super detailed planned as of yet. Nobody gave any nobody gave any specific ideas in the post on my community page or anything, so I think we should just jump right in. Whoa, there's a lot of you guys on here. Good to see all you guys. Okay, so let's just get started. So what I'm thinking is, this is my plan. I'm gonna spend a few streams just going over the different aspects of the World Editor tutorial. Today we're gonna look at like terrain and layout. I'm gonna try and cover every aspect that I know. Disclaimer: I'm not a pro map maker by any means. I'm a very casual Warcraft 3 player, and I'm a somewhat casual map maker. Well, compared to the guys at like Hive Workshop, which, if you guys haven't seen, there's a contest on there named after me, which is a huge honor. This might inspire you to make a map for that contest. I would hope, or at least get interested in the World Editor, because it's not that hard. The StarCraft 2 editor, it's hard. I don't like it. I can't figure it out, which is kind of a shame, but at the same time, I don't know. StarCraft 2 with like its sci-fi focus and stuff is not my jam. So Warcraft 3, I'm just glad that I was able to get into the Warcraft 3 map editor so well and stuff. Anyway, what I'm thinking is, for a map that I think would be good for us like all to work on together, as well as just to be something kind of simple that like maybe you guys could follow along with, or you know, it's something that wouldn't completely go over everybody's head. I was just talking to my brother today. He and I made maps all the time when we were kids, and I was talking to him about how I think I take for granted how much I already know in the map editor, and so if there's anything that I'm going too fast about or whatever, let me know. I'll try and keep my eye on the chat. Yeah, so yeah, if I go too fast or whatever, if you have any questions, let me know. I wish I could see the chat on this actual screen, or if I wish I had a second monitor. That's what I should get for the future, but I don't for now. So anyway, so my idea is a map. I'm gonna make a pretty large one because I'm planning on this stream being pretty long. I got plenty of time. I'm thinking of a map where you have a hero. I'm thinking an RPG. Let's keep it simple. That way we can also make some like cool hero abilities or something. But I'm thinking maybe like a big map with a bunch of different areas, and kind of Zelda style. You have to like conquer one area and then you get a key to the next area or something. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. If you guys have any other ideas that you'd like to share, please let me know. But yeah, let's just kind of jump into that. All right, so first, when you create a map, you got to decide on the terrain side. Whoa, I forgot that they upped the maximum map size. That's huge. Let's start with 256. We can make it a little bigger if we need to. All right, so first off, votes for the tile set. What do you guys think? I'm thinking something a little versatile like village or cityscape, so we can maybe have like a little town in the middle where you can like go to re-equip yourself or heal or something like that. But if you guys have any other ones, let's kind of put it to a vote. What do you guys think? Main character peasant. That could be interesting. Thanks for the suggestion, Thomas. What if it was like a peasant and he upgraded? Like you started out as a peasant hero, and then once you got to level 5 or something, you turned into a militia, and then you turned into a footman hero. I don't know. That could be something kind of good. Lorder on Fall. I do like Fall. That looks pretty good. Try and make Stormwind. Good suggestion, Cole. I don't think I'm that good. There aren't a ton of cityscape assets, but... Alright, Village is winning out by a landslide. So, let's go ahead and do Village, thick grass. I'm also going to show you... I'm going to, like I mentioned before, I'm going to try and show you guys every aspect of terrain that I can possibly think of. If you guys have tried the World Editor in the past and you have some kind of a problem that you ran into or something that you don't understand, let me know and I'll try and explain it as best as I can. For now, let's start with this size of map and I'll show you how to resize it if we want to later. Alright, village. Okay, ooh, this is a huge map. I think this will be perfect though. Okay, first off, look at this tip. I figured this out. I don't think I figured this out online or saw it anywhere, but it saved me a lot. So if you zoom out, it starts going black, right? There's an easy way to fix that. You hold down Control and then roll the mouse wheel. There you go. See, you can zoom out way farther that way, which is super useful. All right, so let's start creating our world. In the middle, let's have the middle be kind of a village. That sounds kind of fun. You're the king. Well, I didn't vote for you. Speaking of. The orcs quote video is in the works, so you guys can expect that pretty soon. My wife and kids are actually out of town for like 2 weeks. Oops. And so I'm planning on making a lot of time to work on my videos. In fact, this might be probably the best month to become a member, even if it's just for a month. Even if you just pay $5 to become a member, just for the 1 month and then cancel, you guys will get early access to probably at least 2 videos. That's what I'm hoping. No promises, but the orc video looks like it's pretty simple, and you know, the other ones, who knows. But that's what my recommendation was. If you're thinking of becoming a member of my channel, even just for 1 month for like free access to early access to videos and stuff, this will be the month. Okay, so yeah, so this will basically be the village. Okay, let's go to the boundaries for a second. So maps have boundaries where your units can't go. Yeah, see there's this boundary that you can't pass. There actually is terrain here though. If you press S, it'll take away the shadows on the map, and you can see that there is some stuff in that barrier, the shadow barrier or whatever it's called. Shadow barrier, that sounds awesome. No, it's probably called, yeah, camera bounds, whatever. Anyway, so what I would recommend is make sure not to just leave that bare, because when you're at the edge of the map, the camera can only go to this point, but you can still see that, and so, you know, it looks kind of weird if there's like a tree line along the barrier. So I recommend turning off shadows and decorating like there wasn't a boundary there. Alright, so what should we have this land look like? I know that there's, like, what we can do is, whoa, lots of chat. I'm used to my members-only streams where there's only a couple people on, or nobody, so I'm probably not going to be able to get back to, yeah. Okay, so let's just get started here. So let's just kind of outline, I definitely want there to be, like, a water area for our hero to fight through, like I don't know, like a water temple or something like that. So let's definitely make like a coastline of some kind. There's the village. Let's go ahead and make a line of just like a coastline of deep water here. It gets a little bit laggy at this distance, but we can just kind of go into closer detail later. So yeah, I'm just sort of drawing a coastline here. let's kind of make, I don't want the ocean to be that big. We'll kind of bring it back around here. Okay, this will be nice because there's a little peninsula there you can work with. A ship. That's a good idea. I like that. I was thinking maybe he could just like have these islands that he kind of waded through or whatever. Or maybe the ship could kind of be the key to the next area. Like one of the areas he has to find an item that summons the ship or repairs the ship or something like that. We'll see. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, that's a lot smoother. So yeah, this is water. It can get a little bit confusing to work with sometimes. Excuse me. If there's like for example, there's like a straight water line, but if you raise the terrain, see, like there can still, there's that where the water line is, and that area around it is where people can go. I just realized it was like cobblestone. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, yeah, while I'm just kind of filling in this water, like feel free to shoot out some ideas. I'll see what I can manage to catch on the thing. How did I make the map? You click new and then go through the size on that. Once this video is on my channel, you can watch that part again. It's pretty easy. Just choose the tile set. And I'm also going to show you how you can make your own custom tile set. I don't know if you guys remember on the Warcraft 3 campaign, but there's one episode, I think it's in the Night Elf campaign, when Medivh is, he's like talking to the leaders of the 3 races, and he talks about his story and how he let the orcs into Azeroth and he was killed by his friends and stuff. Speaking of, you guys should watch the Warcraft movie if you haven't. I really like it. I watched it last night because last week was like the anniversary of when the movie came out. Such a good part with Medivh. Medivh's like probably my favorite character. Anyway, so he talks about that, and there's several scenes that show like him in his dungeon and him at like or it shows, I think, some like demonic plains with fellhounds marching down them, and I think even a part with this is a different cinematic, I think, but it shows like a Warcraft 2 scene where it's like snow and orc juggernauts and ogres and forest trolls and stuff, just like in Warcraft 2. Anyway, those can't all fit in the same tile set. Like there's not grass and snow, or not unsnowy grass, if that makes sense, in the same tile set. So once we decide kind of what our different areas are going to be, I can help you with that. Help you understand that. Khadgar is awesome as well. In fact, I really can't decide which is my favorite. Khadgar and Medivh are awesome. Dang cobblestones in the water. Okay, so this here is shallow water, and this is the kind of oh dang it. Okay, I forgot about cliffs, so oh well, we don't worry about that for now. So one thing to know about shallow water is that's kind of what your units can wade through and stuff. Okay, I need to slow down because I'm already starting to like get excited to make a map, and I realize this is supposed to be a tutorial. So this here is the ramp tool, and it's kind of stupid. It can get really confusing sometimes using the ramp tool and everything, but I'll do my best to kind of explain it. Whenever I do ramps, I make sure there's like a straight line of terrain. So you can draw the ramp from one level to the other, and it works pretty good in straight terrain like that. But if it's like, most of the time you don't want totally straight terrain, you might have like, like something like this, and it's like, oh, you want to get up here. And see, like it's not working here. That can be frustrating. Yeah, see, it's weird. So the ramp thing is, uh-oh, stream is lagging. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it gets back online. Anyway, so hopefully it gets back online. Not sure what I can do about that, but keep me posted if it's still lagging. Alright, so that's how ramps work. And in order to get in a ship, you have to be in shallow water, because that's where the units and the ships can cross over. Ships can go in this and that, and land units obviously can go on land and the shallows. Anyway, so that can be kind of the entrance to the water area. Let's think of some other areas we could do. So this will be the village. It'll be kind of the hub. Maybe not where you start out, but definitely where you go first, and then you like can buy new items there. Maybe we'll have some items that can be purchasable at later levels that are really costly, and you have to save up for them, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, that can be the village, and then it can kind of be this hub. What was that? Oh, somebody became a member. Awesome. I've never seen that before because there haven't been that many. That was hilarious. Anyway, thanks for becoming a member. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll show you how to do custom tile sets, because I want like sort of a, let's have kind of a lava area to kind of maybe end up towards the end. So if you want to make a tile set, click custom tile set, and then you can add tiles from other tile sets to this one. So dungeon has some kind of like hellish tiles and stuff. It's got like lava that we could add. Redstone, red brick. I'm kind of wanting to add dirt. I think these might be in here. Oh, outland. Yeah, okay, maybe we could do outland dirt. Let's try that. So yeah, you click just add tile, and I'm gonna seem like a noob to professional map makers, but I'm not sure what allows you to like trade these. Like there's something with like replacing them, like there's a certain number of blue tile like unbuildables or something, and cliff tiles. I don't know, just kind of mess around. If it allows you to add it, great. If it doesn't, remove tiles till it does. I don't know. Whoa, thank you again for becoming a subscriber. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this. This looks like kind of a epic place to end the campaign. So let's kind of do our dirt here. Oh boy. Okay. So that tile did not mesh well with this one. Maybe we better not do that one. Is there anything in dungeon that... Yeah, so there's like this complex system of like, you know, the tiles merge with each other and have kind of dirt along the different lines. Okay, this one's fine because it kind of overlaps with it and stuff. So we'll go ahead and do this. All right. So we got. I wonder how big the area should be. Oh, you donated some money. Thank you, Modern Moonlight. That's very generous. Thank you. Whoa, weird glitch there. So let's go ahead and make the dungeon here. I don't like all those variations. That looks tacky. So I'm going to turn off place random variation and just kind of do this base tile. And then maybe I'll get a smaller brush and turn it back on just to even it out. This is kind of just an aesthetics technique, I guess. Alright, so that'll be the... probably has to be bigger than that. I'm looking at the map, and like if this is going to be, you know, the end boss or something, it's probably going to be big. I'm not used to making big maps because I know that I probably won't finish them. I'm really bad at like starting projects and never finishing them. So order of tiles also matters. Oh, thank you, Kakpa, too. I didn't know that. That's good to know. It also probably has to. It also kind of depends on like which tiles mesh with each other. Like some of them have dirt in between, some of them go over, under, that sort of thing. That is good to know. All right, so we got the fire area here, or like the, you know, hell area or something, the end area. And I'm not really sure why there's going to be a village path leading to it, but who cares? We'll figure that out later. Maybe there's like a gate where it's like guarded or something, and they won't let anybody pass unless they prove themselves worthy or something. Why not? We gotta have a snow area. That's like kind of required in every RPG. You gotta have a snow level. I'll do Lord on Winter. So here's a snow level. Okay, here we go. The north, right? The frozen north. Actually, you know what? Screw that trope. We'll say that this fantasy land is in the southern hemisphere. So it's the frozen south. Oops, gotta turn on the GRH again. There we go. So yeah, we have the frozen south where our hero will journey and fight like ice monsters or something. Could be pretty fun. And we want all the areas to be about the same size. So okay, there's good. A desert. Oh, this is weird. My tiles are like selecting multiples or something. Let's see, what does this terrain look like? I was gonna say maybe let's see how much we can modify the tile set further. I don't think I'm gonna need stone path because we already have the cobblestone path. So let's see if we can get a good desert terrain. Oops. Yeah, let's replace it with that and see how that looks. Alright, cool. So we'll have a desert area. I don't know if I've said it before, but desert is my very favorite genre in fantasy games. I love when games have deserts. I love like the music and like all the desert creatures they have, and I love just like desert architecture and everything, so deserts are awesome. Actually, you know what? Let's get some music going. I like when streamers play some music. So let's just play some basic Warcraft 3 music. Just kind of quietly in the background. Not that one. Alright, I don't know how well you guys can hear that, but let me know if that enhances your experience at all. Okay, so we got desert, we got the end boss in hell, and we got snow. So, put cobble above grass, huh? It is above grass. You mean like? I'll see what you mean. So cobble above, like grass above cobblestones? Okay. Wow, I never knew that. Thank you, Cacpa. That is an awesome trick. I didn't know that. Yeah, let's leave it like that. That's pretty cool. And heck, that's so funny. I never knew about any of this. So yeah, and let's make desert under the grass, if that's how I think of. Yeah, I like that. So the grass is kind of encroaching. Actually, I'll probably have like a whatever. Great to know, though. Thank you. Okay, so here we have. Okay, that's a little loud, I think. But I'm not sure. Just let me know if how it sounds. Okay, so there's those two places. Let's make a path going to the snow area. Alright, so there's a path going to the snow area, and here's the path going to the desert. Alright, so we're also going to do a forest. That can be in one of these corners. But if you have ideas for the other ones while I'm coming up with that, let me know. yeah, let's see. Let's make the forest can be down here. That way we can have some overlap with some snowy trees, just for the fun of it. That's right, Mandalore. I am also learning quite a bit, and the world editor is being updated quite a bit lately, which is kind of fun. I never thought it would, you know, after being dormant for so many years, having Warcraft 3 resurface with updates and patches and stuff has been really exciting. There is one thing, and I'll show you a little bit later, one thing I don't like that they changed about the map editor recently, but yeah, we'll come to that. Okay, let's do the forest here. So now what we're going to get into is Doodads. Still kind of loud. Just want it to be kind of atmospheric. So Doodads are just little decorations. It's everything from trees to gates, rocks, everything to kind of beautify the map. A lot of them have functions too, though. Like obviously, if you're making a melee map, you need actual trees. All right, so let's just make a forest. For now, all I'm doing is changing the boundaries and stuff. So we'll just kind of do that. Now that I'm kind of done with the edges, I'll turn the shadows back on because that looks weird. So anyway, here's the forest area. If you don't like those sounds in your map editor when you place and delete stuff, you can turn it off in the options, but I like them. Mostly I'm just so used to them, actually, because I tried it earlier without them, and it was kind of weird. Alright, we got trees here. My honest opinion about Reforged Modern Moonlight. I'm very excited about it, personally. Extremely excited. That reaction video that I posted is basically more or less real. I think that Blizzard will do a good job. And I guess maybe that opinion is slightly cushioned by the fact that if nothing else, you can still play it the way that it used to be. You know, they have a way to turn the graphics on and off, and there's always going to be the original. So I think it's going to be okay. That's my opinion. That's my hope. I don't know how it'll turn out. There's still a lot of changes and stuff that could happen, but it sounds like the developers are listening pretty closely to like people's opinions about it and stuff. So we'll see, but I think it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see like how the campaigns look in better graphics and stuff. Like that, the little sample thing with the culling, the sample cinematic of the culling with Arthas saying these villagers are sick or whatever. I didn't quite like the look of that, but I think that was just because the models weren't polished yet. I think Arthas's head looks really small because I think they tried to add a little bit too much realism, but I mean, look at this. If you look at like a paladin, they were made in this game to be larger than life. Like, see, he's got kind of a comically sized head. And so having it like a normal sized head, but the huge pauldrons, not a fan of that. I'm also not a fan of the interface they have, like where it's like, it looks like the creature's portrait is on a green screen. Not a fan of that either. But all of that is in development. And in fact, who knows what they're up to now? Like, there hasn't been an update since November, so I mean, that was 7 months ago, so they might have changed a lot of things, but we'll find out. Anyway, goodbye for now, Arthas. Okay, so we got the forest, we got the winter lands, we got... Oh, here's a good idea. Well, maybe it's a good idea. What if we had... Oh my gosh, this is glitching weird. What if we had working with raised terrain starting from wild maps starting underwater? Oh, that's a good idea, Cacpa, yeah. I've done that in the past as well. If you're going to have any water on the map, sometimes it's better to start the map completely covered with water and then you just raise it up, especially if you don't want like cliffs like this. If you just want like the islands to be risen out of the water, that's a good tip. That's okay, Prince Janus Batacan. The donations are much appreciated, but I really don't expect anything. In fact, I'm amazed that anyone has donated and become a member. Like, it's amazing. So don't worry about it. Thanks just for being here. Thanks for hanging out on the stream. Anyway, here's my idea for this one. What if we have this be like a farming village, like just a little small village outside of town where you start out, but then you have to return to and do some kind of dungeon, like maybe it gets taken over or something. So let's just make some farming lands. I think those need to be reordered because that doesn't look very good. Let's see how that looks. Okay, I like that better. And then we can kind of surround it by dirt. That looks way better for like a plowed field or something. And this area can be kind of, we'll say kind of dirty, you know, kind of fallow a little bit. So one trick, and this works with adding doodads too, I just kind of made this up, I don't know how, you know, it's not like a super great tip, but one way I kind of vary the terrain, like if you'll notice there's all these like boxes from the like tile that look terrible. What I like to do is I make a large area and then I get a smaller brush and kind of outline it raggedly, and then I get the smallest brush and make it ragged as well. So again, that's like a really cheap trick slash tip, but you know, that looks better than, or at least it looks more natural than that. You know, it's better to have some chaos in your designs and stuff. So we'll do some more crops over here. I don't even know, this place is probably going to go over it's probably going to have an overhaul at some point, but we're generally just going to have some farms and like farm houses and terrains and stuff like that. A brush effect, that's a good idea, Keith, and maybe they'll add that with the Reforged editor, who knows. For now, what they have is okay, it's just not like ideal. Like you can learn to make it look good, it just requires a little bit of effort. Okay, and the top one, any ideas for that? Post in the chat if you have any ideas for what this last area should be. And then we'll kind of move on to the next one. Oh, here's one thing we could do. There's something at each corner and side, so I say this could be like an actual underwater adventure thing, and then actually no, this can be the underwater area that you fight like ships or something like that, or Naga, and then this one, let's have this be an island. And I can show Cacpa's tip, see? So I did this before. Oh gosh, not again. Okay, there we go. There's also quite a few features on, oh my gosh, is there a lot of, how much cobblestone did I draw under here? There's a lot of different ways you can kind of set up the map to make it, to help yourself edit. Like in view, you can turn off the water. See, now you can, okay, see that's where all my junk went. So let's change that to dirt. Nobody is going to cobblestone the bottom, unless it kind of looks like the bottom of a fish tank, so. Or a river, I guess. Maybe those could be river stones, who knows. Ah, yeah, I must have had the terrain thing on when I was making the water, but oh well, who cares. While I'm over here by the cliffs, this just reminded me, never mix cliffs or weird things happen. I will demonstrate. Oops, that's ramp. Okay, yeah, there's always two types of cliffs on each level. Never mix them or weird things will start happening. So yeah, if you want to make like a dirt cliff, make it separate from the other ones. Like that or something. Like you can make it up against it, but it's going to have that like fringe of dirt around it. So. Okay, I probably should have just done this earlier and been more careful, but honestly, I guess we're never going to see that anyway, so yeah, whatever. So yeah, let's raise an island out here. Last area is a Naga Temple. Good idea, Paolo, but well, I guess that could be this area maybe. I don't know. That is a good area. Good idea though. Any ideas though? Let's see. A temple of some kind. That's a good idea. Unfortunately, I didn't do Cityscape as the tile set. I guess it's not too late, but actually, you know what? I want to do that. Replace cliff type. So we'll keep the grass cliffs bordering the water, but let's change the other cliff type to never mind, that's just for replacing one or the other. Well, you know what? Let's do that. Let's just change the grass cliffs to dirt cliffs. There. That's an easy way to do that. And on second thought, that looks gross, so never mind. Change it back. So yeah, I'm not sure if you can add cliff, like actual cliff tiles, but let's just make it like a dirt cliff temple sort of thing. Like it's like a natural ruins or something, and we can add some like broken pillars in there maybe. That could be kind of fun. Good idea. Or maybe it could be like a orc fortress or something that they've built out of. Oh, hey, here's an idea. A cave. Like it's not going to be a literal cave because you can see through the top, but we'll pretend it's a cave. That's too small. We'll say that this one like actually takes place like inside a mountain or something. Maybe we could even, depending on how far we go with triggers and stuff, maybe we could even make it like go night when you go inside, like artificially. And so you could have like, so it could be dark in the inside and you'd have limited vision and stuff. A Murloc village. I'm definitely, if we do a underwater area, I'm definitely gonna do like a Murloc. There's gonna be some Murloc enemies for sure. Okay. Okay, so these are the like basics and stuff. And normally I don't even make a map like this. Usually what I do is like just make each place one at a time. But for now, you know, that kind of gives you a few examples of that. Let's make the town. Oh, good to know, Cacpa. Maybe I'll check those out. Those Jaina sketches I mentioned. Let's just kind of make this village have, yeah, like some crossroads in it and stuff. Okay, so we have the island. Not sure what that's going to be like yet, but who cares? This is just kind of the very first step. Let's turn shadow on so we can know what we have and everything. Just kind of an overview of some of these tools. This is Plateau, and it keeps it the same height as something else, you know, for flattening or whatever. You can also rough up stuff to make it look better, and you can smooth things out, and that just kind of makes it all go to a flat level. Yeah, most of this, honestly, with terrain, you just kind of play around with, and it works however, you know. Thank you, whoever that was. Alright, so okay, so let's go ahead and start with, so let's do some doodads. So the forest is probably easiest. Let's just go ahead and start with forest. One thing I don't like that they did, this is very new, they made the raw data name of the different doodads next to the names. I wish there was a way to turn that off because it's really distracting and it's hard to like tell where stuff is. I may actually just have to get used to this thing down here, which I never even noticed before, but it looks like it's got like all the doodads, which could be useful. But anyway, so okay, so let's just kind of think ahead and think of what the areas are going to look like. So let's have, I think an Elven Gate would look best for the forest. Makes sense, right? You can press P to check pathing. Let's just make sure that the hare can't sneak past. That looks fine with me. Alright, so this will be the forest area. Who knows if there'll be elves or not. Makes sense since the night elves live in the forest, but I'm not completely sold on that just yet. So we'll find out and see. But let's just kind of organize how this is going to look. So we want to have like a boss in each area. And that should be like the, you know, like a big area at the end. So we'll just kind of arbitrarily set this place off as the boss arena. Okay, so this will be the forest boss. Not sure what the forest boss should be. Maybe like a, I don't know, chimera or something, or like the leader of a troll gang or something. But I'm thinking that can be kind of the boss area, and then we'll just kind of maybe have like a maze of areas where you can have plenty of room to like attack and stuff. We'll have some combat encounters. I play D&D a lot, and so I also know the value of non-combat encounters. Warcraft 3 is very fighting focused, but I don't know, maybe we can come up with something. So yeah, let's just kind of make a little maze here. Like I said, focus on the type of brush that you are going to like kind of work from the bottom up. Like if there's going to be a big mass of trees, I'm not sure, yeah, big mass of trees right here. These are kind of cramped together, so it's best to outline them with a smaller brush, and then the very smallest brush. And then it kind of makes the forest look more organic, like it grew and it's, you know, still growing out that way or whatever. I'm sure we can do this a little bit later, but this forest here looks like it would look better if it was kind of raised a little bit. A giant golem, that could be useful too. That could also be good for the cave. Good ideas though, keep the ideas coming for sure. Alright, so, you know, actually these codes actually aren't, I'm kind of getting used to them already, so that's kind of funny. Alright, so let's first start out with, and this is more like dungeon design tips than actual terrain on this, but that might be useful for you as well. Let's make there be like a choice right at the beginning. Our hero can go this way or that way. And ultimately they'll like kind of connect down here maybe. But this area here, say he goes through here, there's another branching path. This one can kind of maybe go around here to a dead end, whether for good or bad, and then okay, yeah, like that. And maybe, I don't know, maybe there could be something that ends up blowing these trees up, or maybe you have an ability. Ooh, there's an idea. Let's have this area look like a dead end and have these trees. But maybe later on you can like blast them with some ability and come in here and find some treasure. That could be really cool. A lot of, like I said, I'm kind of thinking Zelda here, and that's one of my favorite things about Zelda is when you like, you go to some place and you see like a cracked wall and you're like, I don't have any bombs, but I'll have to remember this place for when I do have bombs later. And then there's some like high level item in there. That'd be pretty cool. Interesting idea, Cole. Make the boss have a key that has a small arena and his forces join you when you defeat another boss. That could be very interesting. Our limit is definitely just like our imagination when it comes to this. We could come up with some really cool stuff. Like I said, I don't want to make it too complex because I want this to be like a tutorial that you can follow along with, especially the triggers part, but I could definitely kind of vary between simple and for those who want to, you know, branch out a little bit. they could go crazy with some cool stuff. Actually, I'm gonna make it so maybe there's like a trigger that makes all of this type of tree invulnerable, so you can't like cut too many corners. Instead, what if we had like some fall trees right here? Like maybe they're like kind of dried up or whatever and easier to burn down, so you kind of have that hint like what's behind those dried up trees. Oh dang it, I should have done this earlier, but I was also going to kind of vary the actual doodad choice, because the village trees, no, the cityscape trees are kind of like these trees, except they're kind of, see, they're like taller and more narrow and stuff. So I was gonna say like, you know, maybe vary them in between. I guess maybe some of them can fit in there. Alright, it might be too late for me to do that for now, on those ones anyway. Well, why not? That looks nice. Ogre clan in the forest, I like that as well. I'm thinking that this underground thing, or mountain area, could maybe be like where all the orcs and ogres and trolls are, maybe? And then this could be like more of a fairy sort of thing, like fairies and elves. Fairies and elves, ogres, goblins, orcs and trolls, kind of just like horde units. The desert could maybe be like golems. Maybe ogres could be in the desert. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to have like an arena out in the middle of a desert where the ogres, like you can challenge the orc chieftain and then get like a, I don't know, something that, like an item that summons some ogres to help you for a few minutes or something like that. That could be cool too. Alright. So anyway, yeah, we'll just kind of, you know, if you just kind of, like I said, if you just sprinkle a little bit in here, it looks good. It kind of adds to just sort of the look like it's an actual evolving forest and not just something that you just drew with a brush and paper. Alright, so that's our forest so far. We got like a secret area, we got like a big impassable thing. I don't know why. I mean, why not, I guess. And then so far this is looking pretty good actually, so that's good. Let's go back to this type of wall. Good idea, Cameron. A lot of like professional, for lack of a better word, map makers and terrainers on Hive Workshop, they make crazy stuff. Besides importing custom models and stuff to make it look good, they also just do these crazy things with like rotating the doodads to face a certain direction and stuff. I'm kind of bad at that. I've dabbled in that a tiny bit, but it's just not quite worth it to me. It's a lot of work, and like, I don't know, I can never get it to look that great. But you can definitely look that up on Hive Workshop. There are several tutorials that go into a lot of detail about crazy terraining techniques. But I think this will just kind of be for beginners, so just kind of, yeah, I'm just going to kind of do just a few basic things like this. Okay, so going back to the design, we can go around here. I kind of don't like that being off on its own wing like that. We can kind of make that go up there, have something up in this area. This area down here, let's just kind of make it closed off from that direction, but if you travel around, then it's open. And then the cobblestone path, let's just kind of, let's kind of make this road start getting kind of dilapidated. You know, it's like maybe the villagers stopped taking care of it and it started getting overgrown or something. That looks pretty good. And then at this point the road just kind of ends. And then there's like, and we'll just kind of make a dirt path through the forest. I kind of made these paths a little too small. Maybe I should have done the paths first, and then maybe we'll do that for the next section. See if that makes it any better. We'll learn together. Alright, so we got these dirt paths. I don't like that. It looks weird. We want this forest to be kind of more wild. So let's go ahead and make it all tall grass instead. And again, this is way too. That's looking really wide to me, but you know what? It'll just be easier to fix at this point instead of do it right. You know what? Let's make the path go through the trees. That'll kind of be a further hint that there's something behind those. A shop before the boss level. That's a good idea too. There could just be these like goblin merchants in every area that are like, hey, looking to make a buck on any adventures that might be passing through. That could be pretty funny. Alright. Just gonna have that be the boss area. I'm not sure what that weird triangle shape is. I'm probably gonna fix that. Anyway, this is looking pretty good. Now I'm just gonna go over and thin out these areas, just kind of draw on the trees themselves so that there's no... Yeah, that looks too narrow right there. Again, if I'm going too fast or if you have any questions or something, go ahead and chat and let me know. Ooh, undead stuff. That's a good point. We definitely need an undead area. Oh, you know what? We haven't done a blighted area. You can make blight in different places, like with this icon up here, and I just realized that that could be its own area that would look really cool. Maybe this, like the inside of the cave, could be blighted? Like a shadow temple kind of thing? Or maybe we could just bag the village idea. I'll think about that. Because I do definitely want some kind of an undead boss. You know, maybe we could use some cool abilities like he summons a frost worm or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if any of you have signed up for the Hive Workshop contest, but I saw some really cool ideas on there. If you're one of those people, then I commend you, because like somebody is doing the like if you notice on level 2 or something of the Undead campaign on Reign of Chaos, there's that area with those Sasquatches where they say nobody must learn about our secret Sasquatch society, and somebody's making a map about that secret Sasquatch society. So that's awesome. I love the idea of secrets being kind of the theme of this contest, because there's a lot of cool things in there. Treants. Definitely got to be some treants. I see. Okay. So yeah, I'm just kind of going through here, kind of raising the area wherever the trees are thickest, obviously. Oh, I was going to have there be a river. Let's have a river right here before I forget. And it'll give me a chance. Whoops, don't cross the cliffs. It'll give me a chance to show you something that took me forever to figure out, like embarrassingly long. And who knows, maybe it's a problem you have too. This is gonna be weird to have so many bridges, but whatever. I'm just gonna kind of have a snake around here. Make sure to get it off the map. There we go. So, bridges. In the Doodad palette, you can go here and do bridges. I, for the longest time, had no idea how to do bridges. Like, I don't know if anybody else had this problem, knows what I'm talking about, but for example, let's do a stone bridge. Whoa, no. Wide stone bridge vertical. Okay. That's weird that it has grass on the top. Let's just do Cityscape. Who would grow grass on a bridge? That's weird. Wide stone bridge. Dang it. Okay, whatever. Wooden bridge. Okay, perfect. There we go. So see, when you put... The Doodad has like a base that's even with the terrain, and so, you know, it's like halfway buried under the terrain like that. When I was a kid, I would go into terrain and click the raise and just like try and raise it to the right level. You don't have to do that. What you do is you click the doodad and you press Control Page Up, and that changes the Z-axis, like the actual height of the doodad. Oh, and here's another thing that's good to learn, the camera. So if you hold down Control and right-click, you can drag the camera to look more closely at things, which is very, very useful, so make sure to use that whenever you can. You can also switch to C, which is game camera mode. This is how close the game camera will actually be, and you can kind of roll it to the dimensions that the actual camera will be. So those are kind of useful as well. Anyway, again, Control Page Up and Control Page Down offers a way to change the height of the doodads, which is very useful. Destroyed bridge, huh? Let's do a destroyed bridge right here. Why not? That could be part of... Actually... No, I have a better idea. Let's have the river... Let's have the river curve, whoops, over here. And then right here have a broken bridge. That way, that can be kind of the obstacle preventing you from entering the ice lands. That could be fun to play with. Page up. There we go, looking good. Alright, so I think that the general layout of at least the like obstacles on the forest is pretty much done. Hit N. Oh, what does N do? I'm not sure if I've ever pressed N before. Is that like the cliffs and water or something? You'll have to let me know. Oh, collisions. Okay, that is useful. Especially when you're trying to like see if your units will fit there properly and stuff like that. Alright, just kind of straightening this out so it mixes up the bridge better. Alright, cool. So, and just as a way of like kind of introducing the player to this area of the map, let's make some trees like that. So it's like, you know, if you kind of go out of town and go this direction and go across the bridge, you see all these trees, you might think, oh, okay, this is the forest area. Again, just kind of peppering the area with doodads to make it just kind of look a little less boring. Oops, nope, no fall trees. Yeah, so, you know, with a little bit of lazy effort, you can make it look passable at least. Okay, so that's how this looks. Now let's go into the environment doodads, and we can. Yes, Blazed Keith, I will definitely teach you about units, probably in the next stream. I'm probably going to do this one about terrain, and then the next one about units, and then the next one probably about triggers if there's nothing else to talk about when making this map, so we'll kind of see. Anyway, in the environment doodad palette, you can look and see stuff like this, like just different things that make the place look more natural. Like, say I'm going to put some cattails along the river. That sort of thing. Those look kind of bad, but you get the idea. Shrubs I really like because they have no collision. You can put them anywhere. See? So you can just kind of make grass growing around these rocky parts of the bridge, for instance. Makes it look really good. In fact, I think it might be good to just sort of like sprinkle these in between the trees and stuff. If we wanted to be like, you know, really thorough, we could do that throughout the whole map. And honestly, I hope that you guys do. When you guys make your own maps, like, spend a lot of time just kind of decorating them like this. Like, just make it all, you know, it can look really cool when you do stuff like that. I'm just gonna sprinkle some flowers around here. Let's make like a big garden of, oh, that looks like garbage. Well, you know what, who cares? Actually, it doesn't look that bad. If you wanted to make all of just one type of flower, in fact, let's do that as well. I just want to like go over every aspect of this with you guys. So, for example, if you wanted just a whole bunch of blue flowers, you turn off place random variation, and then you just go like this. And then a couple of this other blue one, and then just kind of sprinkle the edges. And there you have it. That looks pretty nice. Yeah, just a patch of blue flowers. Maybe that'll come in handy at some point. Who knows? So yeah, you just want to kind of just sprinkle. That's my tip for the day. Just sprinkle stuff. Do some rocks in random places, especially around like cliff areas like this. Whoa, some lag there. Maximize their shrubs and rock count. Yeah, I mean, and it does look good, honestly, like to have all those and stuff, but we're just kind of doing the basics today. Let's see here. So obviously at some point we're going to decide like what's in the dungeon and stuff. We'll kind of leave that for next time. Right now, let's just kind of make this look good. Oh, and you can change the tile set. Like any tile set's doodads can be on any map. So what I really should be doing with this area is Ashenvale, because they have a lot of different doodads specifically for forests and stuff. Like in this area, maybe there could be a fairy ring. Yeah, in fact, this could be even like off the beaten path, like no path here. It's just like you go through the path, and oh, how about this? Somebody cut these trees down right here. Oh, it's stupid that tree stumps can be thicker than actual trees. I think that's dumb. Anyway, yeah, so there used to be trees here. Somebody cut them down to reveal this fairy ring. Tree stumps are actually a good thing to have as well. It looks kind of nice to have just like a felled tree every once in a while, so we'll just kind of sprinkle some of those in. Canopy trees. Good. Thanks for mentioning that. Tong, not sure how to pronounce your name, sorry, but that is a good point. Some tile sets have canopy trees. So canopy trees, what they basically are is just trees that have big canopies, which can be used to like kind of obscure areas and stuff. It's a shame that I didn't use just Ashenvale trees on this forest to begin with, because it's going to be hard to blend them in. But dang it. Well, anyway, you know what? Maybe we'll use canopy trees on like the island. Like we'll use the Sunken Ruins tile set or something, and do some canopy trees over there when we do that, because that is a good point. Those are very useful in kind of obscuring areas, which is kind of fun. Let's see if there's anything else in environment though. Hollow stumps, awesome. These could be good. Let's make a few of those here. Let's have a here's like a big log. Let's have this log blocking the path. I'm glad that you pointed out N, because I always use P, and that's not quite as good, but N is kind of... Oops. Yeah, I can't use Ashenvale. It'll clash with everything. There, so, oh no, a tree has blocked the path and you can't go that direction. Unless maybe you have an item, or maybe it's just kind of an obstacle, who knows. But yeah, we can just kind of have stuff like that. But yeah, using doodads from a variety of different tile sets is always a good idea, because there can be stuff that's not native to a single tile set that could look really good. Also over here, I guess these bear mention, you can make the doodads have a random size and a random rotation. I generally leave those on because, you know, it looks weird if everything's the exact same direction and stuff. But in some cases it is useful not to have them rotated, like when you're making fences and stuff like that. Alright, cool. So this is nice. I like this. That looks really good. Obviously we could add more stuff. Like when I make rocks, I like making shrubs like around the rocks, because it looks pretty good. See, it looks awesome. But like I said, let's just kind of keep it basic this time. Alright, so here's another thing it's good to know, and we'll get to this very thoroughly when we get to triggers, but regions. Regions are areas on the map where things happen. You can make a region and you can trigger it so when a certain unit enters that region, something happens, or create like units at a certain region, or if all the buildings inside that certain region are gone, then you lose, or whatever. But you can also use them to make weather effects, which I think counts under terrain. So let's just make a region right here. It's generally good to name these early on, otherwise they'll just get lost in a sea of region 0001 or blah blah blah, something like that. Let's see. Fairy ring. So let's make this area have some moonlight. We can add some mystery to it, right? So if you change that, and look at that. Got some awesome beams of moonlight shining down on that specific area. I was thinking maybe those could even be like, actually, you know what? Let's name this moonlight, because then we could just copy this and move it to other places that have moonlight. I was thinking like these could be like moonflowers or something. So see, there's like moonlight shining on them, and maybe we can change the triggers so that every 10 minutes or something a moonflower grows there and you can pick it up for some kind of, I don't know. I did notice you mentioned, Cameron, importing characters and models. I don't like doing that. And I know I'm weird, and I probably will just show you how to do it because it'll help me practice too, but I really don't like importing heroes and models and stuff. I prefer to just, and I don't know why I do this, like I'm this way with everything. I don't like mods and stuff. I like to see how good I can do with what I have and not have to just go around it. You know, like I like looking at a map I made and seeing something interesting and being like, wow, I did that with the map editor, you know? Like that was clever. If you guys remember my Rexar campaign video, can't remember his name now, one of the great map makers of Warcraft 3, Tim? I can't remember. He made some geysers in the ground by getting a fountain, and what the heck, let's make one right now. Where is it? Fountain. What he did was, he got a fountain, and he made it bigger, and I'll show you how to do that in a while. And then he just went page down, page down, page down, until it was under the water, under the ground, and look at that, you got a little geyser right there. Like, see, you could import a geyser model, and it would probably look better than that, maybe. But I kind of like just having that challenge, you know? It's kind of fun to have just little things like that. I'm just gonna leave that. Why not just have like a random geyser right there in the middle of the grass right there? Oh, dang it. Alright, I'll leave it be. Okay, one thing I don't like about this noise terrain thing is it seems to do it in like diagonal lines. I don't know why, so I don't recommend it too much. It's kind of better to just, I don't know. I don't know why it always tends to do slants like that. Okay. Okay, so I think that's good for now for the forest. Maybe there's some stuff later. Like I'm sure that there's going to be like a health fountain or a mana fountain in here somewhere, because that sounds like something you'd find in the forest. And comment in this video once it's posted ideas that you have for these encounters. Like once we're done with these, it'd be great to have ideas for next week for what units we can populate them with. Alright, moving on to the snow area. Let's actually, you know what, let's make the, well, yeah, let's do the village now, or the city. So what you want to do with the city is, in Cityscape there's a whole bunch of, this falls under structures. And generally in like the natural areas like Lordaeron Summer and Ashenvale and stuff like that. Oh, that's a good point as well, Kakpa, about make the best out of Warcraft 3 with the assets of Warcraft 3. You can do some weird stuff. Watch my video called Morrowind, and you'll see that I made an indoor area, and I got like barrels, like these barrel doodads here. On second thought, that is really frustrating. I still hate it. Yeah, see these barrels right here. I got these barrels and I flattened them, and then I plastered them all over the floor, and it looked like a plank floor. It was kind of funny. Anyway, you can do a lot of stuff if you just kind of, you know, are creative. Anyway, so we looked at props. Actually, we didn't really look at props. We looked at environment. That's, you know, obviously environment stuff. We looked at bridges and ramps. Let's do a ramp real quick before we move on from this forest area, just for the fun of it. But yeah, if you have an area like this, and yeah, let's make like just like a little area thing. Do note that you can only go up 2 cave levels, as you can see here. So you can't go any higher than that. You can't make any super high spires or anything, but just keep that in mind when you're making stuff on your maps. But a ramp. Let's say that this is like an old mine, and the villagers have this like path up to the old mine. Ooh, that looks really nice, the way the diagonals molded together. So with a ramp, just find like a natural, let's see here, stone ramp, bottom right. Need diagonals. What am I doing here? Bottom right 2. There we go. So yeah, you just kind of want to line up the ramp with that specific area of it. Okay. Same kind of thing with this. Just page down until it becomes level. Actually, I don't use these ramps very often. Alright, I think that worked. Yeah, sorry if that was kind of ugly, but whatever. And then let's do a cave right here. So you can do a cliff cave. And cliff caves are kind of unique because they kind of modify the... Yeah, don't cross the cliffs. They kind of modify the actual terrain, which is kind of interesting. Cool, so yeah, we got a path to this mine. Maybe kind of like with those moonflowers, maybe like ore will spawn up here. Maybe there'll be some golems you can fight or something. Besides the actual boss areas, we want plenty of side quests because those would be cool. Alright, so let's go back to the village. So we've looked at those sorts of things. Yeah, Storm, Earth, and Fire, or Power of the Horde. Cool song. Okay, so now let's go to Cityscape and Structures. Normally structures on natural areas, I think I started saying this earlier, are just like rock archways and stuff, which can be pretty cool. In fact, I definitely want to do one here. Let's just do that real quick. Sorry, I keep going all over the place. Oh, barn. Let's just put a barn here so we don't forget. But yeah, there's like archways. Rock archway. So see, you got the archways there. Those can be pretty cool too. And obviously you can, like, you know, put grass around them or make them look cool, but yeah, we'll say that's like the entrance of the mountain if that's what we end up doing. Okay, now I'm finally doing the structures thing, but Cityscape, they got lots of buildings. Oh, this is kind of a... This could look cool. Let's make there be different districts of the town. Let's make this one be the green district. This is going to look bad if they're all facing the same direction like that. I'll just kind of vary it. Green, green. Oh wait, is that already horizontal? Dang it. Whatever. Vertical green. Yeah, obviously, see, it's harder to do like natural looking buildings because they're not natural. Oh, sweet. Okay, so there's a big green one. So it needs to move aside so we can fit another big green one because that looks really cool. Yeah, look at that. Those look sweet. We don't want any ruined buildings per se. Well, let's just have one for flavor. There's, you know, one of the buildings that did that. So yeah, we'll call that good. The town square. Gotta remember the dude. There we go. Okay, let's make a town square. In props, there's a lot of things that are useful in towns. Oh, birds. This is something that we should do in the forest. So birds, this little purple box shows you where it is in case you want to grab it and move it or something, but basically it's just birds flying in a circle. So that's really good to sprinkle some of those around. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to make a whole bunch of birds in that area. I like it. Okay. Oh, that's a good point. I should look in village because I think there's different structures that are like smaller or something. City buildings, green. It looks the same. Dang, I'm not sure how to do that, but we'll make a tavern there for the heck of it. And then, just, why not? We might as well just fill the inside with trees. Everybody has a tree in their backyard. Doesn't look the greatest, but I kind of don't want to put like alleyways there, so whatever. For now, we'll leave it. Anyway, the props has all kinds of stuff. We'll put a few birds in town. Why not? We got fire pits for camps. That's something that we could put somewhere, like a camp. We got fountains. Where's that fountain that I was using? Oh, come on. These codes make it really hard to tell. don't like this wall fountain because it's kind of tacky looking. Is it called something else? Let's go to Cityscape. It's probably just not a village thing. There it is. Oh, a fountain in the middle of town. Looks nice. And we'll just do like maybe, what else would look good in a village? You got none of that looks great. There's like signs and stuff. Like, yeah, let's see, here's like a tavern sign. I don't generally... Oh, here's one thing. If you want to change the rotation, you hold down Control, and then you just sort of click whatever direction you want. You can also change the scale. And you can also modify the maximums, which I think we might do at some point today. I'm sure there's something that I'll want to like make extra big or something like that. Actually, that looks nice. I'll leave it right in there. I think that's what was missing. We'll put some benches. People to just kind of sit and hang out around town. Nice little communal park here. Fences would more belong in like an actual village. Maybe do some obelisks. Maybe those could like mark the corners of the paths around town. Statues are always really nice. I like statues a lot. There's a statue with a shield and sword, and there's a statue with just a sword. We'll do 3 of those. Maybe there's some town legend about there being the town guardians or something like that. Oh, is that... I'm holding down Control and doing that trick with the mouse wheel, and it's not seeming to do anything. Rats and wolves, that's a good point. I wasn't going to do that till I got to the units, but what the heck, I might as well just go in here for a little bit. Make just a few. I mean, you know, it is a town and stuff, so it's kind of hard to not have some dogs around here. Some rats. You know, why not? That'll just be it for now. Let's see. What counts as the environment in Cityscape, funnily enough, is potted plants. So, you know, this might be good to put on people's doorsteps and stuff. Everybody likes their flowers. Start that over here. There's also some flowers in like a window box. Okay, I gotta just stop messing around here. Not really that important. Let's go back to making some structures. Okay, so that's the green district. Over here, let's make the purple district. Again, guys, that's my lesson of the day. Sprinkle. Like, I'm just kind of sprinkling the different sizes, and it ends up looking decent. Oh man, there's no purples of the other directions. That sucks. Alright, well, I guess we'll just have to kind of do with what we have. Why isn't that? That's so weird. Good enough, whatever. Let's go ahead and make those trees. Oh look, this neighborhood has different trees than the other one. Oh, it's because oh no! How long have I been not having random variation? Okay, that looks okay, but crap, that looks awful over here though. This will actually, that's actually probably a good thing because now I can make kind of a mix. There we go. And and some from the village. Okay, that actually looks better, so I'm glad that happened. And I don't know why, but this is just kind of what I'm feeling. You know, I just gotta let the muse talk to you. I'm just gonna have a little pond out back there that they can have. So yeah, nice. Looks nice, little pond. Okay, so that's the purple district, and then there's gonna be the yeah, what it's called building in that oh, here it is. Okay, yeah, I remember this one. So this is really good if you don't care about the districts like I did, if you're just trying to make a town, because the variations are different colors. So if you wanted to make like a big variation, see, you could easily make like, you could use them like trees and make like a little, you know, like a densely populated city. That is good to know though, because now let's have us some, yeah, okay, let's have some purple buildings in the purple district. There wasn't that many. Whereas that looks really samey, that looks samey. Whoops, nope. I want the purple. Nope. There we go. And those have random rotations too, so that looks nice. Let's do the same thing for the green. Where does it look samey? I guess there's too many of those over there. Those two. Those two. Okay, so let's just do green. There we go. Look at those adorable little cottages. Okay. 1 second. It is freezing in here. I need to turn down the AC. Okay. Thanks for pointing that out, Cac, but that looks way better to have those. Okay, so there's purple district, green district. Let's go next to blue district. So eventually what we're going to have, and I'm thinking, you know, once we do the units or something, we're going to have like some stores here in the middle maybe. Maybe there could be a tavern over here, like an actual tavern building that you can do something at. Like these will actually require some, you know, mechanics thought, like, you know, like what are your special abilities? Can they be upgraded? Is there a place where you can buy tomes of strength and experience or something? Is there, you know, is there a place where you can, I don't know. We'll think of that later. Here's the, oh, nice blue one here. I'm just gonna use this to round off this corner over here. That N is actually more useful than I take for granted. It's too crowded. All right, blue. Back up, back up. Okay, I think that's better. And then, is there any other blues? Nope, that's it. So let's just go back to building. Change it to... Oh, dang it, there's no blue one. All right, well, we'll just have to have this area be a little different. Okay, you know what? This one, let's have an alley going through them. That'll kind of help us cover up the fact that there's not that many variations. So let's have like an alleyway. Just kind of going in between here. Maybe we could even have like some kind of a shady dealer in the blue district. You know, it's like you have to go there if you need, I don't know, something. I don't know. Like I said, that's all game mechanics that we haven't really thought about. All I know now is it's going to be a game with temple-like areas, kind of like on yeah, there's no diagonal ones that are blue. Oh well. Yeah, temple-like areas, kind of like on Zelda, and then each one will have the key to the next area. Actually, that looks worse to have all those like crammed in there with the same models. Whatever. Don't think about it. Let's go for it. Just straighten that out a little bit, and we're good to go. Maybe it's a little dirtier in that area. Maybe the blue area is like the poor district or something, where they don't have very good grass, you know, no perfectly manicured lawns or anything like that. Maybe we could even do some like dead trees. That could be funny. Not all of them, just a few of them. And maybe some like fall trees, dead trees and stuff. This is definitely the shady district. It's kind of reminds me of like Gilneas on WoW, where it's like, forgot to turn on the variation again. I wonder it was all the same pine tree instead of sometimes that shorter other one. Whatever. I was also thinking, if this is the poor district, let's have some flies. And some garbage. And everybody has just like big piles of garbage thrown in their backyard. Whoops, don't want to block the path though. Okay. Yeah, Sire's Dog, I understand the idea between, you know, turning off the collision for every doodad. That's a good point. Generally, like, that would take a while. I'll do it to show you guys though, because that is a good point. So if you go in the Doodad Editor, let's edit some doodads, show you guys kind of how this works. If you go into the Doodad Editor, you can change certain things about this. For example, the trash. See, I'm having trouble fitting these places. It's limited because that's the pathing map for trash. In the Doodad Editor, I can change the pathing. Where is it? Pathing texture. I always change it to magical runes or mushrooms. I always just press M because either one works. But see, now there's no limit. Now I can put them anywhere. So, which is actually really good because, you know, now I can just sprinkle it anywhere around here. And yes, ideally it would be good to do that for, like, you know, all of the doodads and stuff, so you could precisely put everything where you wanted it to. But I'm not going to do that. Too much time. So for now, I think that'll do. Here's an idea. Let's make it really dense right there, and then we'll actually change the terrain so it looks like a huge pile of garbage there. We could even have it like on fire. Why not? You know, it's like people burning their trash in their backyards or something. Nah, it's too big. Let's do fire small. There we go. So there's the blue district. Kind of shady. Maybe there's some bats flying around there. It's like the slums, you know. In fact, here's a way to add some variety. We'll do some ruined blue buildings. There's too many of those, so we'll do diagonal blue for that. There we go. We got some just gross buildings there. Cinematic is where all the like effects are, like fire. There's other ones too, but you probably won't use most of them. Like lightning bolt looks pretty dumb because it just sits there and shocks forever. Smoke smudge is good. You can make some. Can make them. Thank you, whoever that was. Here's some smudges. Okay, I think I'm having too much fun with that area, but yeah, that's good. Actually, okay, one more thing. I'm getting into this, guys. I haven't made a map for a really long time. Oh gosh, you know what we need to do? We need to save this map. That would suck if there was like a crash or something and I lost all this work. Like, live. So, let me just navigate through my files here real quick. Maps, able maps. Frozen Throne able maps. I'm going to call this Let's Make a Map. There, it's called Let's Make a Map. Okay, I am glad I did that before something happened because of it. And while we're at it, let me just kind of point this out. So, yeah, so you can name your map. This is obviously going to change once you figure out who our hero is and that sort of thing. But you can have the map, the description. This was a live stream made map made in June 2019 for the AbleHawk channel. Author AbleHawk and subscribers. That's right, you guys are helping me make this. So the loading screen is the other thing you need to do. You do generic or credits are really the only good ones, because the other ones are specific to the campaign and have, like, you know, an X where it belongs or whatever. Yeah, so generic is just kind of a map of Azeroth. Credits is the two armies clashing. I'm just gonna do generic. We'll just worry about this later. Yeah, it'll just be blank for now. Okay, just one more thing for this. Let's make some, there's something called, do some crates, because that'll, well, no, that looks the same. I thought that there was one called treasure. Maybe it's in a dungeon. Pile of treasure. So, or no, pile of junk. That's what I meant to do. There, see? So now it's not just the same old crates, but there's also just like some leftover pots. Who knows? Okay, done with that area. And then finally, the red district. Do I know how to make waypoints work? Do you mean waygate? Oh, is that so, Cacpa, with the Yes, Blazed Keith, I will talk about units in the next stream, which I'm not sure when it'll be, actually. I could do another stream on Monday, maybe, if we wanted to be that soon. Well, that's a little soon for me. I kind of want to work on the orc quotes video. I'll keep you guys posted, but yeah, we will look at units next. I noticed your comment about shift clicking, Cap. I want to try that because that sounds really okay. Wow, you learn a lot of new things on this. Thank you, man. That makes it so much easier. Okay, so that'll be really, really nice. See? Like 15 years and I never learned that. Amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead and do buildings. Whoops, no, props. Structures. Let's have this one have the cathedral. I like this building. It's kind of cool looking. Oh, actually that looks like it should go in the green area, huh? It's kind of got green roofs. I think we can fit it there. Let's move the tavern to the red because it kind of has a red roof. And then move the cathedral. Can I shift click? Yes, I can. Oh, thank you so much for that tip. That's so much nicer. Okay. Okay, looking good there. Alright, now back to the red buildings. So yeah, we're gonna have an item shop, at least one. Maybe we could have shops for like, we could have an armor shop and a weapon shop and a magic item shop and a book shop, who knows. But for now we can kind of just do that. Oh, in fact, Violet District can kind of be like the Magic District maybe. They just seem richer than everyone else. So let's make a Dalaran building. Oh, come on, is there not? Dang, that might actually be a unit. No, that can't be a unit. Where is it? Where's that like giant Dalaran citadel? Yes, a tavern where you can create mercenaries. Definitely a good point. I will definitely allow that to be in there as well. Darn it, I thought... Oh, maybe it's destructible. That's probably what it is. Yes. So yeah, let's make a mage tower over here. There we go. That looks nice. And I'm gonna shift click some trees there. There we go. Yeah, that's like the mage district. It's like the Dalaran area, and they've got like the pool in the back. They're like the upper crust. Okay. Now, okay, continuing with the red. But yeah, so there'll be like a tavern where you can recruit mercenaries. That could be kind of cool because they could just join you on quests or whatever. And then, you know, when they died, you could hire new ones or whatever. There's a big red one. And let's just do the building for the rest. That's enough, I think. All right. And a whole bunch of little... I don't know why, but this just kind of seems like the middle class district where there's just a whole bunch of people that live there. So let's just do that, and then make a whole bunch of trees in between them. That's pretty nice. All right, check it out. That doesn't look too bad. Not bad for just kind of throwing it together. And I'm really excited to be able to use that doodad trick. Man, thanks again. All right. Okay, well that is the hub where you'll be going between adventures to hire mercenaries, get items, that sort of thing. Now around it, let's go ahead and make a stone wall around it. The stone walls in this game aren't that great. There's basically two kinds. You can have this kind of wall, which I really don't like. I don't think it looks that good. It's really like short, and you know, you can make them taller and stuff, but for now let's just kind of stick with the destructible variety. Stone wall. Yeah, see, these ones look a little better to me. And these ones definitely kind of want to have to just stick with one variation because they randomly change like which side has a tower on it. I'm just going to do it with a tower. Okay, so this is the town. Let's just have a wall. This is definitely where pathing is going to come in handy. I'm just going to do all the diagonal ones first, and then I'll come round it out with the other ones. Over here. Okay, I guess that's all I can do. And then the horizontal ones. good thing about these is I think that the variations all fit, so that's good. They all have, like, you don't have to change the variation that has the 2 towers on it. Working towards that direction there. I'll need one diagonal one later. And a few over here. Okay. Going back to this diagonal. Oh boy. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Where's the rest of them? That one right there. Let's just go back to horizontal there. So yeah, the walls don't look that great, but, you know, I'm sure there are ways to make them look better if you are very patient, but I'm liking your ideas here. The mercenaries, a moat around the city. That could be useful and interesting. That's probably what I should have done with the river, huh? Could have had the river go up here, join with a moat around the entire river, and have bridges and stuff, and then it could move off on its way. Sure, why not? We'll see how it looks. Looking good. Yeah, not that bad. Also, the good thing about those stone walls, they are destructible by some units. I'm not sure which ones exactly, but, you know, we can make everything invulnerable if we need to. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the gates. I think it's just the normal gates. Yeah, normal gates fit with these stone walls as well, so that makes them kind of useful, because then they can. Oh, can you just shift on these two? You can. Oh, glory. Man, that's useful. You have to do what I say. Okay. Forcing doodads to fit. Just made my day. So it'll be, I say, why not make the gates like, maybe they'll like shut every night so you can't go in, and like monsters roam around outside the city. That's very Zelda as well, but that could be pretty fun. Oh no, that's an Elven Gate. Whoops. Gate vertical. There we go. And there we go. All right. Look at that, you guys. We have a nice little village. That's pretty cool. Just kind of going off of how I feel right now, but I'm thinking like archways would be pretty cool, just to kind of denote the different entrances to town. So one right there. Actually, yeah, one right there, and then there. See, now is the time where I have to turn off auto rotation so it can fit there. Looking great. I like that a lot. That looks really, really good. I've never made a village like this before, and I think it looks good. You could do other stuff too, like, you know, make trees around here by the edges. You could make shrubs around the walls. Feel free to, like, you know, follow along, and honestly, oh my gosh, I can't believe I keep forgetting to do random variations. Once I'm done with this map, once we're done with this map, I'm gonna release it for download. So you guys can download this map. You can pick it apart. You can decorate it any way you want. It could be, you could add your own twist to it. So once this game is all completely done and stuff, I'm definitely going to open it up for that. Sweet, so we got the slums, the sort of religious district from the way the cathedral looks, the housing district, and the magic district. Sweet. So that looks great. Alright, let's play around with just some like heights. I've done this already, so I guess there's not really that much to do, but I'm just going to make some hills over here. It kind of looks nice to have it kind of looks nice to have hills sort of along the sides of the roads. Looks like the road was actually, you know, paved to go in between, like along the side of the road, so that the people wouldn't have to cross it or whatever. I definitely want to have some dunes in the desert. I don't really know what I want to do with the desert now that I'm looking at it. Like, it's kind of, it'd be hard to make barriers without like the actual desert cliffs. Let's mess around with some weather effects, shall we? So let's make this part of the forest rainy. How does that look? Yeah. Whoops. Looks nice. So the forest can have rain in it, and a little bit of moonlight over there. I'm guessing the island's going to be kind of rainy too, so let's copy that and bring that over here for the heck of it. Or, actually, scratch that. The ship area, like over here, could be rainy. It could be like a, like you could kind of have to be fighting in a storm or something. See how we got like a rainy area over here. The desert, I'm thinking windy. So let's make that heavy wind. Watchtowers besides the walls, that's a good idea as well, Paolo. Also make waygates. Oh, waygates. Let's see. You place the waygates down in the two places you want and put a region under both of them and put the region teleport trigger in. Yes, I haven't used waygates that much either. I'm fairly certain you don't need the triggers because melee maps can have waygates on them, and I think triggers automatically discredited as a melee map. Okay, not entirely windy, but maybe we'll just have a few windy areas. Oh boy, that's, well, you know what? This is how close it's going to be. So like, go over here. You can't really tell what shape that windy area is, so we should be fine. It looks bad from above, but who cares? That's going to have no weather effects because it's going to be inside a cave. There are certain weather effects for dungeon called like dungeon fog, but I don't like it at all. I think it looks like garbage. See that? That just, I don't like that at all. Like, I guess it would kind of look good in a swamp or something, but I just remember it lagging my computer like crazy when that was on. In fact, there's a night elf level in the campaign where there's a big swamp that's corrupted, and when you destroy like the death revenant, it all goes away and starts raining and the trees grow back. It was hilarious because I remember it was super laggy, and then when you did that quest, the fog went away and it started going clear, and it was pretty funny. But yeah, the fog looks pretty bad. What does the blue fog look like? Yeah, see, it's also just really subtle, so I don't like the dungeon fog at all. So instead, the light version looks cool. See, I don't see anything. Maybe it's too subtle against the... Okay, light actually, yeah, that does look a little better. That could be used for something. Maybe we'll use that in the winter area, actually. That could be cool in the winter area. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Misty. Oh, wait, this might be too... Yeah, that's too white to tell. We could have it over here in like... along the border. That actually could be, that could look kind of cool. Actually though, how does it look when it's heavy? Does it look any better? Yeah, see, I still don't really like it. It's just, it's subtle and not very good looking. I feel like you'd have to like layer it a whole bunch of times. And like, if you want it to look like that, I feel like you could just use wind or whatever. I'm just gonna try that waygate thing real quick. So, man, I forgot about waygates. I never use them. It's kind of funny. Yeah, let's just have like a, I don't know if this will end up being the case. It'd be kind of stupid, honestly, if if a bridge broke and the people are like, let's get together and build a magical gateway. But whatever. Yeah, see, so basically you click waygate active, and then you just, oh, custom color, that's pretty cool too. Let's do this one, let's do white, snow, and this one, let's do green. Oh no, what's the emerald? Looks really good, I think. Yeah, look at that. So yeah, I think all you have to do is make a region around it. Oh, wait. Yeah. There. So now, all you have to do, I think, is, yeah, destination, waygate B, destination, waygate A. I think that's all you have to do. Uh-oh, did I set it to the same place? Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Let's change that. There we go. What's cool about waygates, though, is that the units, their pathing AI works for them, and so like if you tell them to go here, he's not going to go all the way around. He's going to go straight to this waygate because he knows that there's a straight line in between them or something like that, which is pretty cool. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and do some winter trees. We can have this merge with the forest. Let's kind of thicken that up a little bit. And then on the other side... Oh, actually we need to make the maze, don't we? So yeah, let's make this one kind of half and half. Half frozen forest and half like snowy hills and cliffs. That could look cool. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. That's the lesson for today. If you remember one thing about the stream and tips for Warcraft 3 from Ablehawk, it's sprinkle. Oh, we can't do snowy cliffs. Crap. That's not gonna look good. Yeah, that looks like garbage. Guess it'll have to be a whole frozen forest unless we want to do like... Actually, I guess what we could do is we could do like ice, which could look kind of funny. But maybe that would look good. Let's see, maybe we could just make... Or wait, Ice Cream Glacier has some good ones, I think. Yeah, see, we could do like... Ah, that's gonna look like garbage. Well, darn it. Whatever. We could just do rocks, honestly. Like, it's not a huge deal. Like, it doesn't all have to look like super good. Oh yeah, weather effects for this. Yeah, there's some good snow effects for this. On this side, let's make this like heavy snow. Northrend Blizzard looks really good. Let's make this area kind of blizzardy. And then let's make some other ones with just some light snow. Let's make this area right here kind of on the border, just kind of lightly snowing. And it's very light, see? I like that a lot. It's a nice nice effect. Going a little bit too close on the other side though, so let's just put it right there. Great. Whereas the blizzard is like blowing snow and stuff, which is pretty cool too. And then sort of in the middle here, let's make this medium snow. Which it says is heavy, but it's not as heavy as the blizzard, so. Yeah, see, so it's like the blizzard, but it's just falling instead of like blowing all over the place. Kind of can't see it on the snow, but remember, we're gonna have like units here and stuff, so it's not gonna be too bad. Hey, look at that. That looks kind of cool to have it like slowly just kind of calm down and move away. Yeah, I'm gonna delete those misty regions. It's just like bad. We could make like one more wind area here, so it's like super bad blizzard. We could even make it slow down all units that are in this area because of how strong the wind is. That could be pretty fun. We'll kind of shelve that for later. As far as this area goes, I'm not gonna worry about the winter one right now. Let's do let's just kind of make this area. What do you guys think? Should we make like a blighted area here? Maybe even like a swamp? Yeah, let's do that. Let's make a swamp over here instead of a village. You could just start in the town for simplicity's sake. But the blight... Whoops. Nope. Yeah, so instead of... Yeah, okay. That way we can have kind of an underground one and an undead one. So this one is... Ooh, look at that. It's like the grass is just like eaten away under the cobblestones, which is weird. I want this to look dilapidated as well. Ooh, look at that. That looks really nice. I like that. So then, yeah, let's just have a swamp. I feel like that has more creatures that we could work with. So then we could just have these like... Actually, you know what, I'm gonna take, I can't remember which one of you gave the idea with a graveyard. Yeah, we could have a graveyard here, that'd be awesome. I can't remember which one you gave this idea, but like raising it out of the water afterwards to save some trouble. I think that's what we're gonna have to do here. So let's just make this entire area underwater. Oh, blight can't go underwater? I guess that makes sense, but I never thought about that. Stop lagging. Come on. So yeah, let's make this whole area. Whoops, don't forget that. Nice. It'll kind of just merge with the banks of the river. I like that idea. I guess it wasn't an idea, it was just kind of happened. It looked nice. Let's see if we can still make this look good. I'm just gonna leave that barn there. We'll make a use for it somehow. Okay, right there. Hey, that actually worked out pretty good for once. So we'll make it kind of go down there like that, and then one of you mentioned green water. So you can change the color of water. Indeed, you can. Also, I don't know if you've seen this, but you can also have fog, which I think we will have fog. Let's have, it's gonna have a tan colored fog. I think that would look best. Is there no brown or something? Ugh, okay, well, let's have to do with that. Thinking like kind of a grayish fog. Alright, that's gray. And let's go kind of a little bit redder. A little bit greener. Yeah, like that color. And I just usually leave the presets because it already does a pretty good job. Fog is like when you look in dark areas and you can see the shape of the terrain, but it's not just like, you know, tinted black or something like that. Anyway, with the map options and stuff, you can also have global weather. So if you have like a snow map and you want it to be snowing everywhere, you can do that. Custom sound environment, I'm not really sure what that does. Custom light environment, some areas have different lighting, like dungeons or like a red light over everything, so you can change that as well. Okay, water tinting colors. So we can make the water green, and it looks good. The only problem is it does it for the whole map, and we've suddenly polluted our entire ocean. So what I think we might do is cheat a little bit and make it so that when your player steps into this area here or something, or even here, I don't know, then it changes it all green, and then when he leaves it changes it back or something. I don't know. In fact, that might be the only way to do it, because we could just make this a choke point and so that he couldn't get anywhere else. Okay, yeah, maybe we'll do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and map this area out. So that's the choke point, just like we have one in our forest. Let's just kind of analyze this dungeon for a little bit. We have like a branching path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 branching paths, 6 maybe. 6 branching paths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 encounters. 6 branching paths, 6 encounters-ish. So let's go ahead and just sort of base this area around that. The fun thing about this is, oh, you know what? That looks really weird, so I think I'm going to just make it look kind of like a gradient. I'll just lower it so that the cliff edges are hidden. Do we want those waves on the rolling shores? I don't think we do in this one. So we'll turn off on rolling shores, but on cliff shores. So that way we can keep the other one looking like a ocean, but it just looks weird to have it in the swamp like that. There we go. So now it's still going like that, but yeah. Okay, so alright, so here's one path. These aren't necessarily going to be impassable, but you can make them with some swamp trees, maybe like Felwood Trees or something. So you can go that way or that way. We can maybe make a path over it or something. Just kind of make, this would be a good place for Canopy Trees as well. So yeah, we'll just have these little swampy islands with gross trees on them and stuff. This can be the boss area. Actually, I don't want the whole thing to be I don't want the whole thing to be screw it, I'll start. I don't want the whole thing to be above water. I want it to be kind of a ring or something so you can fight the boss sort of in the water maybe. There's the island with that farmhouse on it. Why not? Swamp has infected murlocs. I like that. That's a good idea, Sire's Dog. Leave yourself some space on the map for designated dungeon areas. I've done that in the past. In fact, I'm tempted to just show you guys a Zelda map I made. It's really funny, but like, it may actually be kind of the subconscious inspiration for this map that we're making right now, because I had like all the different areas in Zelda Ocarina of Time. There was even like Jabu Jabu's belly, and it was like a sea turtle or something, and you walked up to it and he just did his attack animation, just went whoosh, just swallowed you, and then it teleported you to like a shallow water area. Anyway, and there was like a little dungeon area up in the corner. Maybe that's where I could use instead of the desert if I end up not using the desert. But what you can do is up here in the corner you can assign boundaries, and you can actually make boundaries just like those around the side of the map, where absolutely nothing can cross it. So I could make like a boundary thing for like an arena. What I did in the Zelda map was like, I made it so once you encountered the boss, you went here and you fought the boss in this just little arena or whatever, and then when you were done it teleported you back out to the thing. As long as he's in the water he gets buffed attack. I like that. If he's on the land, he loses buff and gets slowed. I'm excited to look at the unit editor next week, because you can do some really cool stuff with it. You know what? Yeah, I'll just leave myself a little area right here with like some impassable mountains to guard it. Whether we use it or not, I'm not quite sure, but let's just leave it anyway, because this desert's really big already. Whoops. Yeah, I think I got a little. We could work around this or something, but yeah. So we'll just end up like doing barrens, environment, rock spires. See, these are not thick enough, so I'm going to use that shift trick to go. Yes. Man, that is so nice. I can't believe I went so many years without not knowing that trick. Let's also go, wow, 28 people are watching this. I can't believe this. You guys are awesome. Glad that you guys could make it. And if you guys want to become a member, you can join streams like this once a month. I'm obviously going to be doing this mini-series here, but I also do a I also do a monthly member stream where I can, yeah, we're not doing mountains like that. No, that colored dirt is just gross with that. Where I just kind of talk about stuff, and well, I guess you've seen it already. It's broadcast, but if you are a member, you can join live and chat with me. Okay, so supposedly in the game, you would like wander around the desert, you see these impassable cliffs, and you'd never notice that there, I guess. Oh. Back around the track to Storm, Earth, and Fire, or Power of the Horde. Sweet. Alright, so let's go back here to the swamp here. Let's do Felwood for the base thing for this, because it's got some, you know, good stuff for that. Lots of cattails. Oh. Dang it. That means there's a bunch of those without. Be careful which one things you turn off and forget to turn on. I'm really bad at that, apparently. John's with that. Sort of like marshland or whatever. Okay, add an oasis to the desert. Great idea, Viet. That is a great idea. But that could add some real personality to the desert and make like a, you know, like an actual area that could have some help with it, you know, not just combat, but you could also have like a grassy little oasis and stuff. Oh, I have a better idea. Let's do dang it. I wanted to do like a hill with some water in it. Let's start out first with grass. And then some, oh no. First we need to raise it. And then some water. Actually, why am I raising it? No, let's just have a little oasis here. Great idea. Because then we can go to Sunken Ruins, which has some really good, like, palm trees. And some Canopy Trees. Look at that. Little paradise in the middle of the desert. Ah. StarCraft 2 map editor. Yeah, I really don't like the StarCraft 2 editor. I like what you can do with it, kind of, and I love the StarCraft 2 campaigns. But yeah, it's too. The power isn't worth how user unfriendly it is. I also don't like how, like somebody mentioned that they really liked the StarCraft 2 mod for HD Warcraft 3. I don't. As much as I like the Warcraft or the StarCraft 2 editor and like its capabilities and like, I mean, you can play Bejeweled on it for heaven's sake. I don't like how everything looks like StarCraft 2, if that makes sense. Like the interface still has that sort of space font, you know, and so like on the Warcraft 3 mod, if you've seen it, it's like Warcraft 3, and the models are sort of better, but you can tell it's StarCraft 2, and that's what I don't like about it, so I don't know, maybe I just need to give it a little bit more chance. But so let's have a little sunny area here. I just realized that having sunny rays across the entire desert actually might be kind of cool. Especially like over here where it's windy. Let's see how that looks. See, it's like beating down with harsh sunlight and rough wind or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, but anyway, that's a great idea with that oasis. That's good. Going back to here with Felwood. So Felwood trees basically look like Ashenvale trees, just a little bit more sickly. But what I'd like to do is kind of intersperse it with Felwood trees and like dead trees from Northrend. That might look pretty cool. Oh, and I forgot, but we are going to be blighting this, and so some of those like swamp trees that are in the water. Excuse me. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, yeah, look at that. Forgot to turn the shadow off and forgot a big area, so. Alright, let's see how far the blight can go. This might look comical if it like stops at the water line. Yeah, kind of looks weird, but maybe I can raise that a tiny bit so that it works. Yeah, looking good. Oh, that's a shame that this underwater area. That doesn't look bad. I can live with that. It looks good, I think. We could even come up with like quest ideas for this game, you know, like after you're done with, we don't even have to, I mentioned earlier, like you go to one dungeon and get a key to the next, but we don't even have to do that. We could just say, like, you could start out in the village and there could be some initial quest that said like, there's something odd going on in the forest, or like little Timmy my child little Timmy ran into the forest and didn't come back. So you go into the forest and maybe just break the door down or something, I don't know. But you like go into the forest, you go through here, maybe find a key to, actually, you know what, that's what we should do. Let's have the Elven Gate be here. So you have to find the key to this Elven Gate, and then you fight the boss, rescue Timmy, go back to town, and then when you go back to town, one of these other gates just randomly opens after you defeat this gate, and there's a quest that's like, oh, there's some sort of strange blight growing out of the swamp. What's causing it, or something? And then you go to the swamp. Heck, let's have a little bit of blight spreading to there too. But like you go to the swamp and, you know, there's all this blight because there's a mad necromancer or lich, or we could do whatever, skeletons, mutant murlocs, that sort of thing. And once you defeat him, you know, this waygate activates or something, and that way, like, when you go back and around to the different areas before you can go there, they're locked. I don't know. Maybe that's not even going to be fun. Who knows? We'll just kind of go with this. Again, this is supposed to be simple, so whatever. Okay, I also want some dead trees, so Ice Crown, no, not Ice Crown Glacier, Northrend has some dead trees. Yeah, that looks good. And we could take a leaf from that campaign in Warcraft 3 and have the have this swamp's blight all disappear. You can do that with triggers. Have all this area's blight disappear once he's destroyed. Making it healed again. If I had more time and patience, I'd come up with an actual story reason. It's like, oh, the blight disappears, which causes some trees that are blocking the stream to, like some dead vegetation that's blocking the stream to go away, and it opened this pathway to somewhere else. I don't know, but for now we'll just kind of do whatever's easiest. Just kind of a swampy area around here. And you guessed it, time to sprinkle some more doodads. Despite the blight being the primary cause, still some dead trees in the swamp. There always has been. If you guys are interested, I'm a coder for my job, and that's actually why I didn't post hardly anything last year, because I was taking a coding course. Now I have a full-time coding job, which is awesome, but I programmed a thing online to help me when I'm world building on D&D, and it like generates place names. So it might be kind of fun on this to come up with names for these places. Like you can just plug in like what sort of terrain you're trying to come up with, and then like it comes up with the just generates a name that sounds like it's from WoW. Actually, I programmed it to make it generate WoW-like names. In fact, what the heck? I'll show it to you. Nope. So yeah, this is it. Nothing pretty to look at, but I don't care. I like 90s looking sites anyway. So for this swamp, let's say swamp. Definitely want it to sound scary. Possibly natural, possibly dangerous. Anyway, Lion Lake, Bracken Sweat, Overwater, Shroudmoor. Ooh, Shroudmoor Swamp. That could be pretty cool. Whisper Slime Swamp, Winter Sump, South Marsh, Chilmuck. Anyway, you can also use landmarks if that's checked and it comes up with places that sounds like are on WoW. Dustseep Causeway, Heatherdark Hollow. That's awesome. Starvemire Wastes. That sounds more like a desert. Hedgepuddle Moors, Quill Ooze Swamp, Bitter Burble Fields. Anyway, maybe I'll use that in the future too. I'll put a link in that in the description if anyone's interested in that. It's come in really handy for me when I play D&D. Okay, so this is pretty good. Let's look at environment real quick though. Ooh, okay, I like this here. Let's have one of the islands be like full of like gaseous fissures and stuff. Maybe there could be some kind of poisonous minion here, or abominations maybe. If we are sticking with the undead idea, that could be pretty cool. See, I'm tempted to kind of make a green fog weather effect here, but maybe not. Do some more hollow stumps. These mushrooms look way too healthy to be here in Felwood, or a swamp, but we'll put a few. Yeah, why not put some rocks, why not? And some logs. And lily pads. Those are fun because they float on water, so you can just draw them in the water. It doesn't matter what level they're at, they're still there. As far as critters go, we'll definitely put some frogs there. And like maybe vultures. We'll have a lot of frogs over here. Looking good. Flowers, no. What else? Bushes. I don't really like these specific bushes because they just look kind of like trees. But shrubs are always good. Could even have them to kind of hide these weird blight edges, sort of. Guys, this is a pretty cool map. Like I don't think I've taken the time ever to make, I don't know, to think this much about it. So this has been really fun for me too. I hope it's been useful for you as well, but like this has been a good exercise for me just to like, you know, take some time and make a good looking forest and stuff. Yeah, infected creeps and stuff will all be really good here. Anything else? Let's see here. Oh, I was thinking we could have some like sink pits to like sort of barricade off some places. Like for example, look, that's too deep, and so you have to go around to go into this area and stuff. And then maybe, yeah, maybe this won't let you reach the boss quite yet. You have to kind of go around. And remember, this will look green, so it'll look a little bit better, but very nice. All right, that's a nice looking swamp there. This is probably where it should rain even more than it does in the forest. It's like a straight up wetland. So we'll make it nice and rainy, especially deeper in. In fact, is that heavy rain? Perfect. So that's heavy, and then for this half of this be light rain. I actually haven't noticed that much of a difference. Whatever. Whoops. Actually, let's take a look how different it looks. So yeah, you go in here, step down this here, it's just kind of raining, and then where does it change? Okay, yeah, I see how that's different. It's definitely like, feels like it's coming down more. It's actually looks weird right there that it's falling in two directions, but who cares? All right, cool. So that's our swamp level. We're good to go. We'll come up with like a, actually, fine. I'll just throw this on real quick. So we'll just make a tree wall up to that point and then a demonic gate. Each one will probably have a gate of some kind, maybe. Or maybe you get the key to the boss thing. Hey, that could be a good idea. You get the key to the boss gate in another dungeon. So you can go into any of the dungeons whenever you want and like fight the creatures there and stuff, but you can't fight the boss until you get the key. Maybe that's a good idea. Which, yeah, okay, cool. All right. We got the swamp, we got the forest. Let's just kind of throw this together real quick. I'm probably gonna call it good in about a half hour. So let's just sort of, honestly, this map isn't gonna like get published or anything. It's just to kind of teach you guys. So let's just make the rest of this simple and just kind of bang out a simple map in the next half hour. So yeah, let's just have this kind of go here. Just kind of a little maze of a forest here. And I don't care if it looks bad, let's just do the rocks thing. Yeah, who cares? Heck, let's make this windy, blizzardy place the boss lair. If you guys have any ideas for a winter boss, that could be good. There's probably going to be ice trolls here. Maybe it could be like a mammoth. I feel like mammoths are underused in Warcraft 3. Looks really messy, but it doesn't look that bad, I don't think. Can we just have like a few ice claws sprinkled in there? Because sprinkling is the word of the day. Okay, I will show you guys one thing. Let's make a custom doodad, because I want there to be like a huge, like ice spire right there. So create new doodad, name it whatever you want, giant claw, and then you find a base doodad to base it off of. Ice claws. Lame. That must be new. Sure, D000. I don't care. Okay, so there's a giant claw. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it have a maximum scale of 5. That means it's 500% in size. And that's it, I think. So what we're gonna do is you get the giant claw, and then let's make it as big as we can possibly get it. That's pretty sweet. Nice. I like that variation. And yeah, see, if you're normal size, that's going to be massive. We could even make a few around it that were a little smaller to kind of taper it off a little bit. Let's go 350. In case you guys are wondering what these values are, this is like how long it is, how wide it is, and how tall it is. So if you wanted to make like a really skinny, tall spire, you could. It's actually kind of cool. It's like a needle. Let's put that there for the heck of it. Oh, I don't know why this just popped in my head, but let's make a little... Well, first let's make like a sunny effect here in the safe town, but I also thought it might be kind of fun to make a weather effect for the Dalaran shield here. Not bad, huh? In fact, what if their whole neighborhood was like sparkling with magic? Nah, that's too much. Just the town. Alright, cool. Good enough. Obviously you could go through and you could I'm rambling a lot, aren't I? You could do other stuff like ice blocks and, you know, crystals and stuff. You could do all kinds of stuff, and maybe we'll next time, but, you know, keeping it simple. For a desert, let's just kind of throw together... I can tell I'm getting tired because I'm starting to say some really weird stuff. So let's just get this done before I say stuff that I'm going to be really weirded out about later. Here's the desert mountains or whatever. There's the mountains. They're impassable. This could be the boss because it's like really windy and super heated and all that stuff. Let's have this one kind of curve around here. And yeah. It's kind of a hidden little alcove there. Okay, good enough. Let's just throw in, let's just sprinkle a few Baron's trees in here. You guys, when you get this map, you can feel free to decorate these much better than I am. Oh, cactus, sure. Why not? Throw some cactuses in there. Obviously the forest area is going to be the easiest. I mean the best, because we took some time with it, but who knows? You know, with the art of sprinkling, we might be able to get it done. Let's just roughen up the desert a little bit, add some sand dunes to it. And while we're in the Doodads thing, let's just make some fire, you know, it's the fire desert. In fact, maybe the boss can be some kind of a fire thing, or fire lord. That could be fun. Remains Scorched is actually a really fun doodad because it's just like a big pile of bones. So you can have these piles of bones. Call this the Desert of Death or something. But button on that direction because those ones made it to the Oasis and lived. Oh yeah, and I'm just like all over the place, but I want to make some lanterns in town. All right. You know what? I think that's good for now. My wrist is getting actually tired from using the mouse, which doesn't happen very often. So I'm going to call it for now. I'm going to save that map. I'll even make up like a backup for it or something. I think I may have been a little ambitious for this project on number 1, but heck, maybe we'll just kind of go as far as we can, and then I'll leave the rest up for you guys to add your own twists to and just practice with. Or maybe I'll just, you know, put this on the shelf and make it in the future or something. I guess what we can do is I can just make like a big boss arena real quick. Yeah, we'll just kind of make a big boss arena for the end boss that we make up so that the map can actually have like a victory condition and not just be a play around map like so many of mine are. So let's just kind of have there be these different rings that you have to fight through or something. As you can tell from like today, making a map takes weeks. The Warcraft 3, or like a good map anyway, the Warcraft 3 team, including David Freed, who you've seen on my channel a few times, I interviewed him and stuff, he talked about how building a map took about a week, or I mean about 2 weeks from start to finish, or if it was a big map like the Tomb of Sargeras or something, it took like a month or 2, and so obviously we can't make something super good in 3 hours or whatever, but we can make something decent. I think that's about everything I can think of for the for terrain and doodads. As far as making a doodad goes, you can change the tinting color, you can change the scale, you can rotate them sideways, although you're going to have to look online on how to do that because I've only done it a couple times and I'm not very good at it. It's about it when it comes to doodads. You can change destructibles, or like doodads that can break. For those, you can change their hit points if you want to make like a door that's really hard to break or whatever. You know, there's a lot of different things you can do with that. But just, you know, kind of, let's make some force walls. So these are like magical ones that you have to do something before they open. But yeah, just play around with stuff. Yeah, that's honestly how I'm completely, well, mostly self-taught when it comes to Warcraft 3, except for random tips like that really good shift-click doodad thing. There's also like there's plenty of terrain tutorials, and honestly everything that you could hope to find is on the Hive Workshop. There's so many tutorials on there about terraining, making your own spells, making your own everything. So I really recommend going there if you want to learn more. I'm just gonna raise this up so it's like you have to, oh actually, you know what? Now let's go down. Let's make this like a pit. Maybe you fight a pit lord in the pit, who knows? I thought my computer could handle this, but I guess maybe it's the editor itself that's lagging or something. But anyway, Do you guys have... Oh yeah, I should save, shouldn't I? Thanks for the reminder. In fact, you know what? There's in preferences, there's a lot of things in preferences that I would recommend you look at before you start getting into this as well. I'm going to turn on autosave like every 10 minutes. I would recommend turning the undo limit up really high. Create a new map on startup I turn off just because it makes it start up a little bit faster. This one right here is really important. Allow negative real values in the object editor. The reason is some abilities can be really fun to make negative. For example, Devotion Aura. It increases your armor. You can make it a negative armor aura and have it affect enemies, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so you can just do stuff like that. I'm going to turn on autosave so that it autosaves every 10 minutes or so. Do you guys have any questions for me? Anything that I didn't cover about terrain? I want this to be a useful tutorial in the future as well, so what questions do you guys have? A Doom Guard as a final boss, that's a good idea. I think they're really, really cool looking. But yeah, do you guys have any questions at all? Any questions about Doodads, terrain? Trying to think if there's anything on here that I haven't changed. You can reset the height field for the entire map because there's a certain limit. Like here, I'll just make like a pit here. Oh no. Turn off that dungeon dirt. Okay. But yeah, see, I can't remember what my... Okay, yeah, see, that's as low as my map can get. It can go a lot higher, but it can't go any lower than that. If you, for some reason, did that on accident and you wanted to be able to go lower, you could reset the height field to be higher so that it could go lower, but not as high. So there's that. Yes, control page down, just to reiterate, is really useful for making things go, up or down. That's really good when designing specific doodad backdrops. The ramp sometimes doesn't work. It's true. Performance dumps with too many assets. Noob Inc. That's not really a big deal. Warcraft 3 really optimizes maps to work really well. Like, even though there's like a billion, rocks in here. In fact, when I open the map next time, it's probably going to say loading, 700 and I don't know how many doodads are in this, but it like counts and stuff as it loads them. But it really doesn't change it that much. From what I can tell, Blizzard, if there's one thing that they're super good at, it's optimizing their games, and so you can like change down the quality and change down whatever so that it can work on almost any computer. And in this case, they must just make their models really small or something, because I've never really had a problem with dumping. The portal opening animation, that is a cinematic, and I think it's on a specific tile set. Outland, probably. Is it? Shimmering portal, right here. So let's just put it in the mountain because why not? So yeah, this is the shimmering portal that Illidan uses, which is really cool. And it's got a really, really cool birth animation right there. That's so cool. I hope they keep that in Reforged because it's amazing. And its death's pretty cool too. So that could be, I might want to put that somewhere in our map too. I'll just leave that there for now. So that's the shimmering portal again. It is in the Outland thing, and you can just kind of remember because Illidan went to Outland using that portal. Anything else? Oh, yeah. Cities, yeah. I imagine that some people go too far when they're creating maps, and maybe they just make too many. But maybe just the maps I've played haven't been too bad, or maybe I just have a better computer than I used to, and one back in the day when I had a bad computer, I never got too big one. I don't know. It's I don't know. I don't think it's too bad, but yeah, I really don't know how to answer that. So, like, you could obviously just not put as many if you wanted to focus on littler maps, like a lot of smaller maps instead of a big one with lots of assets. I don't know. It's kind of up to you. Does the chat use a peasant line when the stream comes to an end? I should make... Streams are still kind of hard for me to work with. I'm not used to them and stuff, but that would be fun if it said, like, work complete when the stream is over or something. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, particles. See, that's what is bad, is when you, like, that fog thing, that's the only thing that's made my frame rate go down, is the fog. And so I think the particles is what can cause big problems. But just these static buildings that aren't really even animated and stuff, I don't think that they're that big of a deal. Yes, Bolg. I'm going to cover, next time I'm going to cover the object editor and units. I think I'm just going to leave the map like this, or maybe maybe during the week I'll just kind of go through and scribble on some mazes on these or something. But yeah, because we're definitely not going to get to this or whatever. Maybe I'll just make a big sea monster, like a big crab that you sail out and kill or something. There's not really a... I mean, I guess we could do like iceberg maze or something. But anyway, next time I'm going to do the unit editor. Most likely next week. Wednesday, maybe? Thursday? Maybe even next Friday. Not sure. And then after that, I'm going to cover the triggers of the game. And then we'll probably just focus on... I don't know. I guess maybe we'll have another episode after that about, like, fixing problems or troubleshooting or just playing the game. I don't know. We'll just kind of see how it goes. But definitely I'm going to look at the object editor because it's amazing for units and spells and stuff, and triggers. I'm going to spend a lot of time on triggers so you guys can get a basic know-how of how to do basic things with triggers. Joseph Carlo Lee, remodel and recreate campaign maps. Yes, you can. I mean, obviously this entire... The reason you are all here is because I found the campaign maps and found all those Easter eggs and pointed them out and stuff. Whoa, that's different. That's funny. That's so funny that they keep changing things. This is not how it normally is. Okay. Wow, I didn't know. I haven't seen this. This is... Okay, well, looky here. I didn't know that this was even in here, but apparently if you open document, you can go to Blizzard campaign and open any of the levels. That's amazing. Wow. I don't know when this was updated, but guys, this is awesome. Like that video I have of how to, like, extract them from the MPQ and stuff, you don't even need to do that. Look. This is the defensive Strombrad right here. So hopefully that answers your question, Joseph. Now it's just super easy to open any of the campaign. Man, that delights me. That is so good that they did that, because now anyone can do it. Wow. Maybe I should make another video and point that out. I don't know. It's probably obvious now that you just open Blizzard campaign. Yes! That makes me so excited, because now I don't have to worry about losing them, or, you know, there's no way to open them again or sort of thing. But yeah, look at that. That's all the Frozen Throne maps. all of the Rexar maps, which are really entangled and stuff. Oh man, that makes me so excited. That makes me want to go through and look at them all again. So there you go, Joseph. Open one of those and then simply save it as a new map. Once you change it up, you know, you could just go into player properties and like see the Alliance of Lordaeron is Arthas, so you could just change user to computer and then user for Blackrock clan and have the goal be to destroy Strombrad or whatever. So man, that makes me really happy that that's available. I didn't notice about that. You just click open scenario just right here, open map, and it's got them right here. Custom maps, Blizzard maps, which is like all the melee maps and stuff. And there's scenarios, which I should play the scenarios sometime. Some of them are really fun. Like Worm War is pretty fun too. Anyway, and then Blizzard campaign. That's all you need to do. Man, that's easy. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, guys, it's about 9:30. I'm speaking nonsense because I've been talking to the computer world by myself here for a long time, so I'm just gonna call it good for tonight. Hope that was valuable for you guys. Hope you enjoyed that. I had a great time. I think this is a cool map for us to be working on together. Next time, in the comments below or on the community page or something, feel free to give suggestions for ideas on like encounters or something in these specific areas. You know, so next week we can kind of have some cool ideas to work with. But tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next time you guys can expect me to go pretty in depth with making units, just kind of filling out these dungeons with units, and then we're gonna make the hero of our game, and we're gonna make some hero abilities for him, and maybe work on some bosses. But if we want the bosses to be really cool, then we're probably going to need triggers and stuff. So that might have to wait till then. But there's a lot of cool stuff you can do on man, I'm tired. On the map editor and the object editor. So thanks again for coming, you guys. It was a pleasure, and have a great evening. I will see you guys on the unit tutorial.